All right, so a lead pellet, a mass of 26.17 grams at an initial temperature of 89.98 degrees Celsius. Put in a calorimeter. It's going to cool down to 23.17 and the water is going to raise in temperature. So the lead is going to lose heat and the water is going to gain heat and it's going to be the same amount. So if I figure out one of these, it looks like I'm looking for the specific heat of lead, so I can use what I know about water to get the information about lead. All right, so Q equals ms delta T for water. I have 100 milliliters of water. I can check and find out that the density of water is about 1 gram per milliliter, so I'm going to put 100 grams for the mass. It gives me the specific heat of water. And now for my temperature change, remember temperature change is final minus initial. The final temperature for the water, the final temperature is 23.17 and the initial is a 22.15, so it'll be a positive number. .67 degrees Celsius. And I see my grams cancel here, my degrees Celsius cancels, so I just put this in my calculator and I will have an answer in joules, and it's 280 joules. If that's how much lead the water lost, then if that's how much heat the water lost, then the lead must have gained the same amount. I'm going to use the same equation, ms delta T, but for the Q, I know the heat is negative of 280 degrees. No, 280 joules. There we go. And then the mass, it told me was 26.17. The S is what I'm looking for. And now for this one, the final temperature, it's going to stop changing temperature when it's the same temperature as the water, right? So the final temperature of the water is the final temperature of the lead, 23.17 degrees Celsius. It started at 89.98 degrees Celsius. I'm just writing that down. Both ended at this temperature. Negative 66.81 degrees Celsius. And now I can solve for S. The negatives will cancel. I'll divide by 26.17 and 66.81. All right, so 280 divided by 26.17 and 66.81. I put that in parentheses, you couldn't really see it, but I got 0.160. None of my units cancel, so that's joules on top, grams, and degrees Celsius on the bottom.